All right. Good evening, everybody. Tonight is March 23rd, and the topic tonight is running free challenge groups. Many people are having some trouble with getting people, number one, getting people in paid challenge groups, and getting participation in challenge groups in general. So I wanted to go over this topic to kind of hit all of that and give you some tips on things that can help with both of those situations, because that's kind of what I've been hearing mainly as of now. So the first thing that you want to do when you're running free challenge groups is you want to pick the group that you're going to run. You can do, just the arm challenge, the ab challenge, the clean eating challenge. And as you well know, and if you do not know, if you're new to the team and you're watching this, I have probably 12. I think I have 12 because I did one for each month. 12 free challenge group setups, like the whole setup, the intro to introduce it, and then the post that you post each day. So if you want any of that, please feel free to message me or post under the call link today that you'd like to see what I have. I don't remember the names of each one, but if you message me, or you know what, I'll post the names of the groups that I have available after the call in the page. That way you can pick and choose. So then you don't have to worry about it, and then you can just message me, I want the clean eating challenge or whatever. So they're all made up for you. I spent a long time doing that for the team so we can have that in access so it doesn't take you as long. So first thing you do is obviously you want to come up with a challenge that you're going to run. And you want to set the date because you want to start advertising, 1 to 2 weeks out. And Amber's covered this before a couple weeks ago, but I'm going to hit it again. The fact that you don't want to just post it one time. I'm actually running a 10-day clean eating challenge group right now, and I posted it yesterday. I'm going to post it, and it's not till April 4th. I posted it today, and I promoted it for $5, and I'm just going to promote it each time for $5 just to get some extra, which I did. Sunday, I'm going to promote it the following Wednesday, and then the following Sunday. So I'm promoting it twice a week. And Wednesdays, I get more interaction, and Sundays, I get more interaction, just for me that I've noticed on my page. So that's when I post mine. So make sure set the date, and know when you want to post, and make sure you do it a couple times, at least the week before. And if you're doing it 2 weeks out, try to do it twice that first week and twice the second week like I'm doing. Because sometimes you'll get people that just won't see that post, in the way that Facebook is now with all their algorithms and things like that. People that may totally be interested may not see that certain post. So do it more than once. So along with that, creating your group, inviting or setting the date, you want to create your image, create your words that go with that. And like I said, I have, with the groups that I've set up, I'm most positive, I'm pretty sure I'm positive, I actually have the header that intros or advertises the group. So that is kind of covered. Along with that, you want to attract with really good pictures, really good imagery. Social media catches people's eye with photos more than that lately. If the people don't have a photo, a lot of the times you're just going to be scrolling through. But if there's an eye-catching photo, they're going to stop, and then with letters on it. If you go to my page right now, I have the 10-day clean eating challenge. I have a 10-day, I literally have a 10-day cleaning challenge with the heart with some food in it, kind of eye-stopping, and then they can read below. So you can kind of use big letters in your words about what it might be about, so that entices them to go on and want to read more of what you're going to do with a nice picture.
Tricia?
Yes.
Can I interrupt just while you're right here in the conversation?
Yes.
For promoted ads, sometimes I just ran an ad for a group, to promote an ad for a group challenge, and the guidelines. The funny thing about Facebook is that you don't really get information on the guidelines until after you submit something. It's really difficult to know what they approve or won't approve. They'll tell you afterwards, in other words, but that it's just kind of important if you're making your own advertisement. Yours is super simple. It's got a couple of words. But if there's too much type on your photo, it won't be approved. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, like just so people know that there are ways that advertisements, or at least promoted advertisements, work, and then there are ways that Facebook makes it difficult for for you to run that kind of thing. I just thought, as an aside, only because it just happened to me.
Yes, that does. And it depends on your text within, if they think you're too salesy and like buy this or do this. Yeah. And that, most of the things that I have on mine, I think have went through before. And I think they work, but yeah, that's a good thing. And yeah, don't put too much text on your picture, number one, because they won't get approved. And number two, because you want them to read what you have to say. So you don't want too much information. So yeah, thanks, Dawn. That's a good point.
The formats that you're offering to people, these are challenges that you have created, that you spent the time creating the whole thing, and what you're offering to let coaches, borrow and use, have all been tried and tested, and you've run the advertisements before, so they've passed muster as far as the Facebook requirements.
Back whenever I made them, which was a while ago, so it depends. I mean, they did before. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. Great, thanks. I appreciate you pulling that up, because it totally happens if you don't have the exact stuff. Okay, so goal is, personally, I think you should try to run at least 2 free challenge groups a month. If that's too many for you, just do 1. Another little tip I found is the shorter, the better. I usually like 10-day groups, like a week to 10-day groups. And that really, people stay interacted with that. And then you can run another group maybe that keeps them enticed, or later I'm going to talk about this, lead into challenge groups or coaches. So the smaller, or the less amount of time that you're running it, the better, actually. So I like to keep it about 10 days. That seems to be successful for me. Once you get into like the 2-week, people start falling off because, I don't know, they get bored or whatever the case may be. But that's just a little tip for me. You do not have to do that. You might have people that are great with 60 days or 30 days. But that's just a little tip if some of your challenge groups are falling off. When you are promoting these groups, you try to use catchy words, different words like test group, focus group, support group, boot camp, clean eating, peer support, things like that. So, play with words and see what works best for you on your pictures. A lot of the times, if you use the word free, that helps. I noticed free, blah, blah, blah. Test group, a lot of people are going to do a test group because, like, ooh, I want to test this out. I want to get results. So that usually is a good one. In boot camp, I found is pretty good too. So those are just some keywords to think about when you're posting and promoting. As you're posting and promoting, basically what you want to do is you want in the post, you want to give a call to action. For example, in my post, I have them do 2 things. Don't make it too much. Sometimes I do 3. You want to make sure that they post onto your post, because that gets it seen more, like I'm in, or add me, or yes, or whatever you want to put. I just have people type in or yes. And then the second thing they need to do is send me their email. That gets your contact. So you have their email from now on. Another thing you can do, I didn't do it for this specific one, is ask them to share your post or tag a friend that wants to do it with them. That helps it boost it up in Facebook. Facebook loves shares and Facebook likes when you're tagging people. When you tag people, they're going to comment, and that's going to spread the word even more. So those are the 3 main things I suggest that you do in the post itself when you're writing what it's about. Those 3 calls to action. Don't just do it, type it and then just leave it. People aren't going to respond. Make them follow the directions to join your group. During that time, when you message them back, as they want in the group, send them a message thanking them for, wanting to be in your group. And that's when you kind of start getting to know them, get to know their why, get to know their goals. And that's going to give you contacts to talk to. Even before the challenge, you definitely want to get to know the people in your group. And that's why some of in the past, hadn't worked. I really didn't interact with the people that I was in my group. I just, okay, they're in, I'm just going to put you in my group. The groups that have been more successful for me are the ones that I get to know and that start to build the rapport with me before the challenge even starts. So that's another tip. Second thing, the first thing we talked about is attracting. The second thing I want to talk about is actually running the group. You need to set up your Facebook page, or as we talked about last week, you can just run strictly on the app. I think this next group, I'm just going to try the app and see how that works. I have some from Instagram, and I'll let you know how that goes. So either one, whatever you feel comfortable with, make sure you set that up, get everything ready before you start inviting people. Make sure you have the details, descriptions, pictures, meal plans, anything that you want in there before everybody starts jumping in, so it's nice and clean and neat when they come in. So make sure you have your daily posts ready, planned, that you want to do for the 10 days. Again, if you'd use one of mine, they're already there. You copy and paste them in Facebook or in Hootsuite or whatever you use to post plan, or you can just copy and paste it each morning. Make sure that that's all prepped and ready to go before day one starts, and kind of before you get people in your group. Make sure your picture's there, your description, everything looks really nice and catchy for them. They're like, oh, the more professional it looks, the better for you. During that one, and then when everybody gets in there and you start doing things, first of all, you should have built that rapport with those people. So hopefully they'll be a little bit more interactive. If they're not, there's some things that you can do with like a challenge within a challenge with these groups. I wrote some things down like, weigh-in Wednesdays, Saturdays, who loses the most inches this week, who drinks the most water, a shout out for success, shouting out your friends, best recipe of the week, sweaty selfie, move it Monday, anything like that, Thursday, Thursday. So I found it a little bit successful to do a challenge within challenge, and I might send them a free Shakeology packet, or I have a bunch of the like some free DVDs, that you get with your Beachbody DVDs that are like extra. I've sent those out. So things like that, or like little gift cards, like I sometimes get like little Starbucks gift cards or something like that. If you want to do that, you don't have to send free things if you don't want. You could do like a free recipe or something that you have that's easy and free that you could just send them in an email, something like that. Or you can do like a grand prize at the end, people that get the most points for participation over the course of the challenge group. They win something. So however you want to run it, I'm just giving some tips, hopefully to help you get more interaction with the group. The other thing I want to suggest that I've actually just started, the past couple groups I've run that have really helped also that I hadn't done before, is assigning accountability partners in the group. As you well know, it's very important for us as coaches to have accountability partners. It really helps the group a lot if you give them accountability partners. And I just, assigned them at the beginning, and I told each person who's who, and their instructions were to either post beneath the post their email, or if they're already friends with that person, message them and check in daily. And they were supposed to keep each other accountable, with the group. Oh, and speaking of that, kind of back up a little bit, I forgot to mention, make sure you post your rules in the group too when you're setting it up. Like what are they supposed to do daily? Are they supposed to comment daily? Are they supposed to post daily? Are they supposed to tell you when their workout's done? Whatever. Make sure you have that set in stone, what you want them to do. And that's part of the accountability partner's job is, did you post today? Did you drink your water today? Have you checked in with the team? Or, things like that. So that's another tip that I found that's actually worked, is assigning accountability partners. Managing the group once it's going is the third part I want to talk about. You really do need to schedule a time to interact with the group. I usually do it later because there's a lot of stuff going on during the day, and I want to make sure that I don't miss anybody. So if I did it in the morning, I might miss some things. But make sure you schedule a time to go in there and to start interacting. If you're just posting your scheduled posts every day, and they have the accountability partners, but you're not present, it's not going to work as well. So make sure you're going to get in there and you're going to comment and you're going to check in on people, and you'll be able to see who's not participating. If they're not participating, that's the time that you need to reach out to them and say, hey, Carol, I see that you haven't posted in a couple days. Is everything okay? Are you doing okay? Can I help you? So, and if that helps you know who's not participating and reach out to them. Now, if they don't respond, they're probably just not going to be doing the rest of the group, or they probably just fallen off. But, if you're trying to reach out to them, 1 or 2 messages, and if you haven't heard back from them, that's good. But most of the time when I've done this, I've heard back, and then they jump right back in and they're participating. So kind of like, oh, they're checking up on me. She really does care about me, or she really is, seeing what I'm doing. So it's good for you to know what's going on with the group at all times to see who's doing what. So interaction is really essential in these groups, not just your daily posts. Let's see. So that's mainly it for the creating the groups, running the groups, managing that, and everything like that. What comes out of these free challenge groups? I know we've talked about, oh man, these free things, they just want free stuff. A lot of people do just want free things. And you're going to have people that I have like 3 or 4 people that have never got anything from me, and they keep doing my free groups, but you know what? That's fine, because they're in it. They love it. Maybe one of these times they're going to buy something. They're inspiring others. So, it's okay. You're just doing good either way. If they're not going to get anything, it's really okay. But 9 times out of 10, you will find at least one person that is going to want to go to the next level with you, whether it be a challenge group or a challenge pack, or possibly, a coach, not even a challenge pack, maybe just 22-minute hardcore. It's a $40 program. Or just trying the Shakeology sample package, $30 or whatever, I think $20 or $30. But basically your goal for these free groups is to get to know these people, like I said, be interacting with them. And after the group is done, usually the last couple posts in the challenge group should maybe do some type of offer, if you'd like. And again, these are built into the ones that I've made, about Shakeology samples, or if you'd like a free Shakeology sample, or if anybody's interested, we have a new workout program called 22-Minute Hardcore. I'm going to be running a challenge group next week. It's a little bit more advanced for this program or whatever, but when you end it, you can kind of segue into something else, but also give them the option, or I'm running another free challenge group if you'd like to join me. You always want to give a person that out so they don't feel pressured into doing anything, and that would be like, oh, this whole group was about her just trying to sell me this stuff. Oh, so you want to be careful with that running through people's head. So always give them an option, this or this. And that way you have a little bit more flexibility, and they don't feel like, not that you're scamming them in any way, but they don't feel like that. They get to the end and you're trying to sell. So you don't want to make it sound like that. But basically these groups are most importantly to get you to be talking to people and interacting daily, and to be able to finally get to the point where you can ask that question, have you ever considered joining a challenge group that's more intense? Have you ever considered being a Beachbody coach? You really, really impressed me in this challenge, and you've been so inspirational to these other people. You could do what I do. You just did it the last 10 days or whatever the case may be. So that's really the point of these free groups. It's to get people in your contact list, get you to know people, get you to talking to people, and seeing people's potential in the business and or in future challenge groups. So my question for you, it's not really a question, my assignment for you, and you can wait till after I post my free samples that I have if you're not sure what you want to do. But I would like you to post in Team Fit and Fearless what free challenge group you're going to run and what date you're going to start. I'm confessing right now that I'm going to run a 10-day free cleaning challenge starting April 4th. I wanted to start after the holidays, give everybody a new fresh kind of start, because with Easter and all the eating and candy and stuff. So that's mine. So tonight I'd like to know, not tonight, just as soon as you can, about what free group you're running and when's it starting. So does anybody have any questions?
I don't have any questions. That was excellent. I have something to add real quick. All of the benefits that you just explained about the challenge group. One really important thing, I think, that is easy to overlook is that a challenge group, whether people wind up buying anything or not, especially for a new coach, but for any coach, it's such a great way to practice your coaching skills.
Mm-hmm.
To hone your coaching skills, because ultimately you're always going to learn. It's easy to get frustrated. I mean, every time I offer a free challenge group, I always get at least one customer. Always at least one person, whether it's Shakeology or a program, always something. And once you have it down, I think it's worth, understanding really that once you have a system down and you run it consistently, it becomes, you use the same format, you mix it up, you offer different ones. I offer a couple of different challenge groups also, so to switch things up and to offer these, different ones each time, you get a different mix of people. But it's just a really good way to practice coaching, or to use your coaching skills and hone them. And again, it can be overwhelming, but when you're literally offering any new coach, any veteran coach, the hard work that you've already put in to create your formats, you're offering that, and it becomes, when you use something that's already been tried, true, and tested, that you just go about your business. And even if it's just one customer, and those new relationships that you're creating, it's like a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer to run free challenge groups once a month, even if there are 3 people in it, or whether there are 70 people in it, or 100 people in it. That you're as a coach, you're always going to learn something. Someone's always going to benefit, and that if you're using something that's previously formatted and you're just keeping up to date with posts and checking in, it's the greatest investment that you can make, aside from personal development. It's the greatest investment in your coaching business that you can make, on a shoestring budget, and, economizing and, leveraging your time. So I just can't, support the idea enough. And I think too many people kind of write it off as, I don't know, either too much work or not useful, or it's, get frustrated because they're not selling 16 challenge packs their first go around.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a waste of time when it's like totally like, if it's wasting your time, meeting new people and getting new contacts, and it just, not to say that you might not sell any challenge packs your first 3 free groups.
Right.
I had like 2 people from a free challenge group back like before Thanksgiving that bought a challenge group. Like I got Success Club,
months afterwards.
Then last month, but they came to me like after Christmas, and they're like, you know what, I'm ready. So you never know when that time's going to come.
And this is, we talk about Beachbody coaching and leveraging social media. This is how a coach leverages their social media. That ultimately your likers on, people aren't going to just like your photos and buy something from you. There's always the possibility that they like your photos, they click on your link, they follow you back, but that's not likely. That ultimately it's about engaging people from Instagram, engaging people on Twitter, engaging people on Facebook, but bringing them, ultimately the whole goal, I believe, is to get to form those relationships, and a challenge group is the ideal platform for that. And that all of these different avenues, all of these different social media platforms should bring these followers, friends, tweeters, whatever it is, should bring them to a challenge group ultimately, because that's where you can display your knowledge or your coaching skills. And that's where they get like, oh, that's what a coach does. A coach offers support, they offer encouragement, they offer a format, they offer a system. And that's a perfect forum for a coach to show what it is that they offer, what they're there for. And the challenge group is the stage in which a coach can shine, or star and shine and serve.
I completely agree. So definitely once a month minimum should be, I mean, not, and you can run, don't think that you're just running free challenge groups. The free challenge groups are just going to start feeding your actual challenge groups. So you can run them together. Like if you're running a free challenge group, don't think that you can't run a regular challenge group with a challenge pack.
It's not one or the other. You should ideally both.
Yes. Yep. Anybody else have any questions?
Can you let us know how that app works in your group? Like if it's working for you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I did it with, not for free one, but I just got done with a 21 day and it went really well. I really liked it.
Was it easy? You felt it was easier than Facebook?
I think it was a little bit it was a little harder at first because I'm just so used to Facebook and I've run so many, but I think it'll just be a smooth sailing now that I've got it down. The only thing that I'm going to have to do this time is just let everybody know that when they log in, they don't have to, log their Shakeology, but I kind of like that the Shakeology thing comes up because I'm hoping some people ask, well, what is Shakeology anyway?
Right.
So that's what I'm kind of hoping happens, doing this app with the free challenge. Is they're going to start to ask questions or when they log in, when they do multi-program, what is this such and such, what is 21 Day Fix? What is that? Or whatever. I saw that. What is that? So kind of conversation starter. That's my plan.
I kind of did both. I kind of did the Facebook and the challenge app. I was a little shaky there.
Yeah, it was kind of a little bit wishy-washy at first, but I ran both platforms and I let everybody know that this was, just came out of beta and it was new. And so everybody knew, that it was the first time, but yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. I'll start on August, good grief, April 4th.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me know if you need anything else. But I just got a thing that the times, I didn't see how much time is about to be up. So I'm going to, no one has any questions. I'm going to stop the recording and get those challenge groups posted. Anything else?
Nope.
Well done. Thank you, Tricia.
You're welcome.